Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Sorry it's been quite quiet on this channel lately. I'm aware that I haven't posted a full-length sort of narrated video for a little while, and I have got quite a few lined up to finish. There's just kind of some finishing touches to do on them, but I have been quite busy with commissions, and I also had a convention recently, and so when my to-do list gets very busy like that, I do need to prioritise other things over this channel. So obviously I have people who have paid me to create work for them and I need to put them first. So yeah, I'm going to try and pick things up again, and I appreciate you being here. So this is just a little drawing that I did to test out some watercolour pencils that I bought recently, and I will be mentioning those same pencils in a vlog, which will be posted at some point after this video. Sometime soon, hopefully. So yeah, I find things a little bit confusing with vlogs because obviously you're collecting several weeks or several months worth of footage into one video, and then it can kind of overlap with the other videos that you're posting, and things can just generally get a little bit confusing with the order that you're posting things, but hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, just to make you aware, I will be talking about these pencils in a future vlog before I'd actually used them, so yeah, it's just a little bit topsy-turvy there. So yeah, these are the Goldfaber Aqua watercolour pencils. I actually only own two of them, and they don't have colour names, but the numbers are 173 and 283. They're made by Faber-Castell, and I bought them in Hobbycraft. And the reason I only bought two is mainly because I didn't want to spend out or have the money to spend out on a large set at that point just to try them out. And so I thought I'd pick two colours that kind of were fairly neutral and colours that I could use in a character illustration fairly easily. And so in this case I picked a character that I'm redesigning at the moment. He's one of my oldest original characters, and what I've been doing is going through a phase of taking characters from years and years ago and redeveloping them for a story that I'm going to be working on in the future. So this character here is called Nico, that's his new name. He was originally called Nikami. So because the original story, which I think went through a few iterations, but I think it was called Curse Legacy in the end, it was like a really cheesy, not in a good way, high fantasy story with a prophecy and a kid whose dad was dead and he went off to find out what had happened to him, and he found out that he had this very important destiny and there had been a weapon left to him and he had magical powers, and it was all very the chosen one and all of that. And then there were a bunch of characters that were gods, but it just didn't really work having this whole cast of characters that were gods. Just the whole world building just didn't work. And I was about 12 when I did this and I had no idea what I was doing, and it was just kind of making it up as I went along. And so yeah, Nikami was one of the gods. He was the god of earth, and so when I reinvented him, because there's no gods in this new urban fantasy story, it's all mortals, and so I have made him into a plant witch. I would like to state as a disclaimer for anyone who is curious, because some of you guys probably know I'm friends with Saphira Lou, this is nothing to do with her Plant Witch series, just to make everyone aware. I'm a huge fan of Sophie's Plant Witch stuff. I don't want to like infringe on her, so I'm not doing a Plant Witch series or anything. This is just one single character, and I'm drawing that earth influence from his previous design into what he does now. And so basically he just works with flowers and plants and fungi and all that kind of stuff to make potions and remedies for people. And he just lives a really simple, peaceful life by himself. He's very, very chilled. He likes a good nap. He kind of looks half asleep most of the time. And he's just a really laid-back guy. And he has a partner whose name is Izzy, who is a rework of my character Izaki, who was originally the god of air. And he had a fun habit of levitating around and playing pranks on people, and I wanted to kind of bring that into his new character. So he's now Fae or part Fae, I haven't quite decided which, and they have a really fun relationship, and Izzy has a lot of energy, Nico is very chilled, very laid back, so they have a nice contrast going on, and I'm really enjoying working on their relationship. And I have got a few very early concepts for other characters in the series, but at the moment they're kind of the most concrete, so I will let you guys know if I come up with any more, and I might do some kind of original character redesign videos around them possibly. I'm not sure yet, I'll see how that works out. I used the Daler-Rowney cold press watercolour paper for this, which is very textured, and I'm not sure if that helped with these watercolour pencils because I did really enjoy using them. I found them very pigmented, and I found that if I didn't use too much water they ended up actually very opaque, which I haven't found with some of my other watercolour pencils. But I did find when I was doing the background that the texture of the pencil didn't quite disappear no matter how much water I use. Now this may be down to me because I am not at all an expert in watercolour pencils. I have a long way to go in terms of practice, but I did find that there was still pencil marks on the paper when I had finished trying to blend it out. And that may be a technique that I need to work on. It may be the paper, it may be the pencils themselves, I'm not sure. So that's my feedback so far on those. I did like the colours, very vibrant. I would probably like to pick up some more in the future. I believe they're light fast, so that would be good for commissions, because at the moment the only watercolour pencils I have are WH Smith, and they are not light fast, so I can't unfortunately use them on my commissions. Using these two very limited colours also helped me in a way, I think, because I do personally think I need to practice more with limited colour palettes, because I do have a tendency when I'm buying new art supplies to think I need every single colour to make a good illustration, and I really need to work on limiting my palettes and working with what I have and really thinking about the colour choices that I'm using, and that's definitely helped me. So actually when I try a new supply I try to buy less colours, and then saves me money and saves me space and also kind of exercises my artistic ability in a bit more there as well. So I think that was helpful to me in a way. So after I'd done a base of the green and the brown, I went in with my Polychromos pencils, so shout out to my mum for buying me those for my birthday, thank you very much. And I then added some more depth to the colours. I tried not to veer too much off of the base colours that I'd added, just adding some subtle hints of red to his cheeks and some different colours to his hat and so on, and just generally trying to build it up a bit. And then I went over it with some Derwent pencils, white gel pen, a white chinagraph pencil, and a little bit of the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolour as well, just to add those loose watercolour details to the background. This is not any sort of especially complex image or anything that's going to go in my portfolio, but as I've been saying lately and trying to remind myself, my illustrations can be stepping stones to improvement. Not everything has to be the best thing you've ever made. I did want to add a little bit of a glow to this image, and as of yet I haven't quite figured out how to do that with traditional media, so much the same as I did in my YouTube Artist Collective piece a little while back with the world in a bottle, I just added a subtle glow to the jar on Paint Tool Sai, and I also added a few little dots of light to indicate his magic use as well. Adjusted a few colours after the scan, and I then decided that was it and it was all done. So I really hope you enjoy this piece. I will be back very soon hopefully with some more videos. So thank you to anyone who is buying commissions from me, I really appreciate it, and to anyone who is supporting me on Patreon or my online store, it really means the world to me, so thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!